Hey YouTube, Big Star 1000 with new Gimme Ten on this Saturday night. The Gimme Ten is on the style of music known as post-rock, so you can see in the title. And post-rock is a nice segue from dream pop, which I did yesterday, as they are somewhat related in terms of sort of dreamy sonic landscapes that they both seem to evoke. What is post-rock? Very briefly, it was a term that was coined by an English journalist called Simon Reynolds. I've read a number of books by this guy. He's very interesting, and he defined post-rock as music with rock instrumentation where the guitars are not used for power but rather for texture or timbre. So what you get is, yes, long sort of crescendo-esque landscape, where you've got these sonic waves of beauty. It's very difficult to explain, and it sort of intermingles jazz and krautrock. If I was to say what the direct descendant or heir to the krautrock throne is nowadays, it's post-rock. It's a direct transformation from krautrock and ambient music. And to me, one of the most vital genres in modern music is post-rock. Maybe my favorite new stuff. Well, it's not new. I mean, post-rock has been going for over 20 years, so it's nothing new. But in the more recent history of music, I would say post-rock figures very highly on my personal list. So all the records I'm going to show you are very, very good. Some of them are essential. And I'll start with sort of a Rosetta Stone, the touchstone of, to me, of post-rock, which is this record, The Spirit of Eden by the band Talk Talk. We see Talk Talk are fairly well known. This is from 1998 on 1988. What am I talking about? 1988, not 1998. 88. They were an English band fronted by a genius called Mark Hollis. Plays guitar, sings, plays keyboards, and Paul Webb plays bass. And I mean, they're just a fantastic band. Every one of their albums are great. This one really defines the style of music. It's very quiet and hushed in certain spots. But it's got this sort of mounting rage. It's raging in its quietness, in its silence. It's brooding. Exploding. What post-rock should be. You can really see the jazz influences in there. There's a lot of amazing references to, I don't know. Listen to it. You must own this record. You have to listen to this. It's a must. And I was talking about Simon Reynolds, and Simon Reynolds coined the term post-rock, talking about this record here, which is Bach Psychosis. The band is called Bach Psychosis, you can see at the top there, and the record is called Hex. Well, this is a beautiful, also kind of, indie rock taken to alternative rock, UK alternative rock taken to sort of this dreamy landscape of music. Very, very, very good record. So this is excellent. But if we're going to be honest, the most important sort of accomplishment of this style of music happened in a couple of sort of interrelated bands, what I'd call the Louisville Chicago axis. You know, Louisville is in Kentucky, and Louisville is the place of origin of Slint. Slint just kind of merged this sort of post-rock idea with their own brand of sort of a hardcore and alternative rock, but that's really so clever. It's beyond sort of, you know, the songs are long, they're extended, they're raging with, you know, blistering energy. I mean, listen to the opening breadcrumb trail. I mean, it's just, it's phenomenal. This album is called Spiderland. It's the second album by Slint. The band's called Slint. Here you go, Slint. This is from 1991. It's on Touch and Go from Louisville, Kentucky. And yeah, the photo was taken by Will Oldham, Buddy Prince Billy. And so in Slint is a guitar player which I really I find really inspirational. His name is David Pajo, whatever, however it's pronounced, Pajo, Pajo, I would reckon. It sounds Spanish to me. Dave Pajo is a guitar player who played also made his own solo record. This here comes highly recommended, one of my favorite records ever. It's a superb piece of music. He recorded some albums under the name, the moniker Papa M, and also Ariel M, and also simply Pajo, or Pajo, or Pajo, or whatever he pronounces it. This is called Live from a Shark Cage, which is not a live record, but it's a very deep ambient piece in the spirit of sort of, it's got some talk-ish kind of sounding. This is on Drag City, which is a label from Chicago, I do believe. So we're talking about the Chicago and Louisville. So this guy, this is a very highly recommended record. This is a mind-blowing piece of music. I just making a mistake, Google it. And so Dave Pajo also played a quite significant role in Tortoise, which to me is really the embodiment of post-rock. Really, Tortoise is the band where they took the concept to the utter limits. You can hear in the background their other masterpiece, which is Millions Now Living Will Never Die, from 1994 maybe, I don't know, thereabouts. This is another masterpiece, TNT by Tortoise. This is a reissue, as you can see, it's 20 years anniversary of Thrill Jockey. This is my favorite Tortoise album. It's just amazing. Obviously, Tortoise, band formed by Douglas McCombs, and who was in the band? Yeah, John McIntyre, David Pajo, Jeff Barker, and also this. Yeah, don't hesitate. This is fantastic, from Chicago. And since I'm on Chicago and I'm on Tortoise, another guy who used to be in Tortoise is a guy called Bundy K. Brown. He played bass in Tortoise. And on this is a fantastic record too. It's just simply called Directions in Music. I think it's a reference to Miles Davis' Directions in Music, because every time Miles Davis made a record, after a certain point, It was not a Miles Davis record, but it was Directions in Music by Miles Davis. So that's a direct reference. So Bundy K. Brown is the main guy. Bundy K. Brown, Doc Sharon, and James Warden. This is an original on Thrill Jockey from 1996. Very jazzy instrumental, which, by the way, post-rock is instrumental. I mean, most of it is instrumental. And Talk, it's got vocals, but most post-rock is instrumental. This is kind of a sort of soaring kind of rock meets jazz done to near perfection. It's sublime record. Buy with confidence. I'm on 11 minutes and I'm never going to get there. I just want to talk about post-rock a little bit. Sorry. If you don't want to watch, just switch me off. You have the power. And so I'll move on and I'll talk about this other quintessential post-rock outfit from Scotland, which is Mogwai. Mogwai are a collective from Glasgow, and I want to give a big shout out to my friend Raymond, who lives in Perth. He's a Scottish, people might know him as Park Scene Junior on YouTube, who loves this band Mogwai, and also my friend Rick James Battery, who loves Mogwai as well. I've chose this record because it's not a record you see very often. Special Moves live in Brooklyn, double vinyl, from 2010. Very noisy post-rock, really plays all the hits, etc. It's very, very good. What's on this? Mogwai Fear Satan. Cody is like Herod. Like Herod is a masterpiece. So you've got all these great songs. Mogwai, fantastic. Close to home, band from Melbourne, essential as well. Essential band is Dirty 3. And whilst Ocean Songs is their masterpiece, I chose this record today, Cinder, which I think is a fantastic sort of, I mean, they found the formula on Ocean Songs and it was perfect, and they tried to reproduce it, and sometimes they failed and sometimes they did better. They didn't fail, but they sort of didn't quite get. I mean, when you make an album like Ocean Song, it's very hard to. For this, I really like. It's got something going for it. It's a double LP. This is from 2005 on Anchor and Hope. I thought it was a Drag City release, but 33. 3-piece. Warren Ellis is on violin, Mick Turner on guitar, and the drummer's name escapes me. Fantastic band. 2 more records. This is a no-brainer. This is a band called Godspeed You Black Emperor. Of course, if you love music, or this kind of music, you would have just gone, oh yeah, Godspeed. Godspeed are a band from Montreal, and this album is called Raise Your Skinny Fists Like Antennas to Heaven. There you go. If you can read this, raise your skinny fists, if it will focus. From 2000, masterpiece, one of the best records of the 2000s, easily. From Montreal, fronted by Ephraim Manuel Menac. Amazing band, amazing band, amazing concepts, all instrumental, really brutal and gentle at the same time, and yes, soaring kind of landscapey music. And finally, I want to talk about Shigeros very briefly. Everybody knows Shigeros. And no, I guess it's about Bijun or whatever you say it. I chose their second last record, which I really like. It's called Voltari. And people don't like Voltari very much, but it's very ambient and it's kind of beautiful. You just have to spend time with Voltari to actually get it. This is from 2012. It's a beautiful piece of music, if anything. So there you go. They're from Reykjavik in Iceland, in case you don't know. Alright, 15 minutes, 16 minutes, too much. Don't care. Watch it. You'll enjoy it. Learn something. Post-rock.